Welcome to yet another episode of Blindfolded Speedrun News. If you are new here, my name is Bubzia and I cover all the blindfolded speedruns and achievements that have been done by the community in this monthly series. This episode had quite a bit of delay due to personal reasons like sickness and so on, but we are finally back. Let's get right into it. To start things off, we have a couple of runners who tackled Spyro 1 from the Reignited Triology. Mostly 2 different individual level categories got really popular recently and have been blindfolded by Goose Hero, 420 Chef and Narwhal. This run covers basically the first world of Spyro 1 and it involves a pretty cool skip, the Ferry Proxy skip. A pretty good setup has been found for that, including a sound cue to know if it was performed correctly or not. From there, it can be retried if needed. Goose Hero also thinks a full game run would theoretically be possible, and the runners are actually currently trying to figure out strats for a Neo Vortex run, which is exactly the second IL category that has been done so far. It is basically a run from a completed file, where you try to rush to the vortexes of each level as fast as possible. Big GG to all the runners, and I hope to see more of Spyro being done in the future. Next up, we have Celeste with multiple runners. There has been a community bounty going on for some custom maps, or ROM hacks if you are more familiar with this term. And as you can imagine, our blindfolded Celeste experts Kleis and Saver, as well as some other community members, have instantly tackled them. A total of 4 custom maps have been cleared so far: Cat Isle, Temple of Blindness, Perception and Enchanted Canyon, with the last 2 being especially difficult. Saver tackled those incredibly hard maps and tried to challenge himself in how fast he could memorize those. Kleis said the maps were in general very fun to complete and very similar in the learning process to vanilla Celeste. Potentially, they want to look into more custom maps in the future, but now the focus will first be on an all berries run in vanilla Celeste. Big good luck with that. Then, we have a new world first completion of a pretty famous game, which is The Binding of Isaac Repentance. Toshi went out and routed a set seed run from the new file to the end of chest, which is considered one of the true endings of the game. As a random seed run is close to impossible, Toshi went with the set seed approach, which actually made routing quite fun apparently. The challenge was to find a seed that is blindfolded viable, has good items as well as easy rooms that cannot potentially kill the run. Especially learning backup strategies is what Toshi really enjoyed in this challenge, knowing where health can be picked up, how to avoid getting lost, etc. Big congratulations to this run, it's a really cool performance and I can highly recommend it. As always, we have a big block of SM64 runs in this month's news. Let me start by officially announcing that I have reclaimed the 16-star world record for the first time in 3 years from the great nobody. For a few weeks I have optimized close to every star and movement in the game, and then grinded runs until I finally got a run that beat the old world record. I still lost quite a lot of time to stupid things like PLJs, so I want to potentially go for a 21-minute run in the future. Besides that, I also have reclaimed the 31-star world record, which means I now hold 4 out of 6 world records again. The only ones left to tackle are 1-star and 70-star, which both will be incredibly hard, but with my new skills from 120-star, I'm confident I can potentially reach those goals too. Besides me, we also have Nico, who pushed out 3 new runs this month. First, he PB'd in 16-star, making him the 4th person to ever reach a sub 40-minute time. This was possible due to some new strats and optimizations here and there, and Nico also has tackled 31-star actually. It was his first completion in just around 2 hours, but upping the star count is always incredibly cool to see for new runners, as it exposes them to new stages and challenges. Besides that, Nico has also finished a stage RTA of Worm's Fortress, which means collecting every single star in the stage, including the red coin and the 100 coin star. This makes him the 2nd person to ever do that. He routed the 100 coin star and reds in his own ways and managed to also succeed in this challenge. It makes me really happy to see Nico having so much fun with routing and trying new things. Keep it up, man. Then, we have yet again a new completion of a game, Hard Corps Uprising. AntiAaron is grinding this game extremely hard these days, finishing runs after runs and cutting down more and more time. It is a 2D run and gun game with very fast paced action and lots going on at the same time. I was told that most of the run is muscle memory in combination with some setups on for example the sides of the screen, into some normalized movement. The most difficult part is the very last end boss, as after you defeat it, you need to grab a random helicopter on the screen, and you have to do so within your 30 lives. If you game over, you need to redo the entire boss fight again, which of course loses a lot of time. AntiAaron by now also has run this game at a live online marathon, so big shoutouts to that. To stay right at fast-paced action, we have DanSpence with the ongoing Devil May Cry IL grind. Mission after mission is slowly being cleared blindfolded, and apparently a full run seems very possible at this point. According to DanSpence, a full run might take around 2 to 3 hours, but it still needs some work until that point. I believe currently only 2 more missions are left to route, until every individual level has been done at least once. Besides that, DanSpence also managed to route a few levels in Devil May Cry 3, which differs quite drastically in terms of the upgrade and style system. There is a playlist with all ILs in the description, so please go ahead and check it out. Last but not least, we have the legendary Metal Gear Solid 2 tanker runs again. And let me tell you, it has been a great month for this category. First of all, Apache Smash came back, routed and optimized a few new categories, and set a new world record with a time of 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Overall, it was a really clean run, and as an outsider, I thought it would be extremely difficult to lower the time even more at this point. But then a new challenger appeared, Nick RP Green. Nick started learning and routing the tanker blindfolded category and absolutely crushed right through it. There was PB after PB, which finally resulted in a new world record with a time of 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Since that is the category on very easy difficulty, Nick also sat down and routed a way through the easy difficulty. I asked Nick about his impressions of trying out blindfolded speedrunning for the first time, and got following answer, which I really like as it shows the best of this wholesome community. I wanted to learn the run to show my appreciation to the hard work put in by the other runners before me. This was my first ever dip into blindfolded running, and with Metal Gear Solid 2's tanker being short, it made it an ideal choice. The guides and runs by previous runners made the route very accessible. I couldn't have done it without their support. Now, I believe both Apache Smash and Nick are routing the planned level of Metal Gear Solid 2 for blindfolded right now, and I'm extremely excited to see it happening in the future. And with that, we have yet again arrived at the end of this month's episode of Blindfolded Speedrun News. As always, if you liked any of the runs presented here, please go ahead and check the runners as well as their videos. They deserve all the love and recognition in this world. Tell me which run you liked the most in the comments, and subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss the next month's episode. A special shout out to my Patreon supporters: Benlitz, Bob Farrell, Boris, Funkylicious, ZXMany, VR4300 and Kevin. Thank you very much for watching, my name is Bubzia and I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye.